project management has undergone some changes, and in this course we want to look at the modern approach that has been found as most suitable to manage projects effectively in the real world. We will be looking at the curriculum developed by the Project Management Institute (PMI), which is known as the Project Management Body of Knowledge Guide, or the PMBOK Guide, the latest edition, which is the 6th edition. So this is what the course will be based on. Now, a project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. And project management is made up of processes, and a process is a set of interrelated activities performed to achieve a predefined outcome. Now, a process will take inputs, apply tools and techniques, and will produce some outputs. Now, project management processes are grouped into 5 categories known as project management process groups, or just simply process groups. So we'll be looking at each of these 5 process groups pretty shortly. We have the initiating process group, which consists of processes that are performed to define a new project and also to obtain authorization to start the project. Then we have the planning process group, which consists of the processes performed to come up with the scope of the project and also determine how to meet the project objectives. Then we have the executing process group, which consists of the processes that are performed to complete the work defined in the project management plan. Then we have the monitoring and controlling process group, which consists of processes performed to track the progress of work, make sure it's going on according to plan. Then we have the closing process group, which consists of the processes performed to finalize all project deliverables and activities just to formally close the project. Now, in the PMBOK Guide, the 6th edition, 49 processes have been identified, and these processes could be grouped into 10 knowledge areas, apart from the groupings into the 5 process groups. So we'll be looking at the knowledge areas, which are integration, scope, schedule, cost, quality, resource, communications, risk, procurement, and stakeholder management. So apart from grouping the processes into 5 process groups, we could as well group them into 10 knowledge areas. So we want to look at these knowledge areas next. Talking about project integration management as the first knowledge area, the processes we have there are develop project charter, which creates the project charter. Then we have the develop project management plan, which produces the project management plan. We have the direct and manage project work, where the actual work of the project is done. Then we have manage project knowledge, where we take time off to create new project knowledge, come up with a lessons learned register. We have monitor and control project work, where we want to check for correctness. We have the perform integrated change control, where we look at the impact of changes on other project sectors and areas. Then we have the close project or phase, where we finalize all activities to formally close a project. Then the next knowledge area, which is project scope management, has these processes. We have plan scope management, where we come up with a scope management plan. Collect requirements process, where we gather requirements of various stakeholders on the project. Define scope, we come up with a scope statement. Create WBS, where we break down our scope into smaller manageable units. We have validate scope, which brings the customer to check for correctness of the deliverables. Then we have the control scope process, where we check for conformance to scope as per the scope management plan. Our next knowledge area is project schedule management. The processes there are plan schedule management, where we come up with a schedule management plan. Define activities, where we list the various activities to be performed on the project. Sequence activities, where we arrange the activities in order of precedence. We estimate activity durations. Then from the activity duration estimates, we could now develop the project schedule, and then we will control the schedule to ensure that our project schedule is conforming to the plan or the schedule baseline that we developed earlier. When we come to project cost management, we see these processes. Plan cost management, where we come up with the cost management plan, which is a guide to handling costs on our project. Estimate costs, where we determine the cost of the various activities on the project. Determine budget, where we aggregate all these individual activity costs to determine the budget for the project as a whole. Then we have control costs, where we ensure that expenditure on the project is according to plan and is according to the funding limits. Project quality management is another knowledge area, and the processes there are plan quality management, where we come up with our quality management plan. We manage quality, where we want to ensure that every activity and every work being done on the project conforms to the quality standards of our project. Then we control quality, where we ensure that the various deliverables, the various outcomes, the various products of our project are conforming to the various established quality standards and metrics that we establish in our quality management plan. Project resource management, which is new to many, as was not in previous Springbok versions. Basically, we have plan resource management. We come with a resource management plan. We estimate activity resources, where we find out which resources are needed per activity. We acquire resources that we have estimated. We develop a team which focuses on the human resource portions of our resources. Then we manage the team, again referring to the human resources. Then we control resources. We make sure their utilization is sufficient and adequate for the project as was planned. And we want to understand that resources include human, materials, and equipment. Then we go to project communications management, where we begin with plan communications management. We come up with our communications management plan. Then by the plan, we could now engage our stakeholders in communications, which is managed communications. Then we want to ensure that the information needs of our stakeholders are being met and the information is reaching them in the right format, even as it was detailed in the plan. And that is taken care of by the monitor communications process. Project risk management has these processes. Plan risk management, where we come up with a risk management plan. We identify risks, where we list the possible risks that could affect our project. We perform qualitative risk analysis. We prioritize the risks. We perform quantitative risk analysis on the prioritized risks. Then we plan risk responses, come up with possible responses to our risks. Then we implement the risk responses that we have planned. And then we monitor risks, where we check for the effectiveness of the various risk responses, whether they have worked or they need some form of intervention. Project procurement management has these processes. Plan procurement management, we come up with a procurement management plan, and making reference to the plan, we can conduct procurement, where we send out various proposals, obtain seller proposals, and select sellers. And once that is done, we enter agreements or contracts with sellers. And then as the work progresses, we want to control procurement, where both sides ensure that they are meeting the terms in the agreements or in the contracts. Project stakeholder management has these processes. Identify stakeholders. We want to list the various stakeholders on our project. We want to plan stakeholder engagement, how we reach out to them and manage their expectations. Then we manage stakeholder engagement, now resolving various issues that pertain to the stakeholders. Then we monitor stakeholder engagement. We want to ensure that the issues, the requirements, and any other thing that affects stakeholders are being taken care of, and that their requirements are being met, and that their issues also are being resolved. So that is a quick overview of a modern approach that has been developed for project management according to the project management body of Knowledge Guide, the PMBOK Guide, the 6th edition.